A very good afternoon, everyone. Welcome on behalf of NXperts Academy. I hope you can hear me well. My name is Yash Sharma, working as a software developer and technical trainer at NXperts, and I'm your trainer for today. So let's start with today's workshop. Firstly, let me share today's agenda with you all. We will start with the company introduction, trainer overview, and then we will be discussing about our topic of today's session. We are NXperts Academy, leader in IT training. We provide training in most demanding IT technologies such as networking, CCNA, CCNP, Python programming, artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, and many others. Over 15,000 students trained so far, certified, promoted, and secured IT jobs at various MNCs. We are having the highest Google rating. And our program's main goal is to provide career advancement opportunities for adults through practical and carefully crafted experiential training programs. Talking about me, my name is Yash Sharma. I'm from New Delhi, India, working as a software developer and technical trainer at NXperts Academy. I'm having more than 5+ year experience of trainings. I'm having experience in conducting IT workshops and seminar in various universities around the globe. Now we will start with our today's workshop, and in this workshop you will be learning how to build your own voice assistant using Python. Here in this workshop we will be discussing about what is voice assistant, what is the need and benefit of voice assistant, and how you can build it. That means not only theoretically, but you are also going to learn it practically, that how you can build your own voice assistant. And we will be designing this application using Python programming. This is going to be part 1. In this we are going to discuss about basics, and we will set up all the necessary configuration. So let's begin with what does voice assistant mean. In a very simple term, if I tell you, a voice assistant is a digital assistant that uses voice recognition, speech synthesis, and natural language processing to provide a service through a particular application. In a very layman term, if I explain you, a voice assistant is going to listen to your commands and it will behave accordingly. That means it is going to receive user input, and based on that user input it will provide you a specific application or a specific service. For most of us, okay, every one of us needs a luxury life. So for most of us, the ultimate luxury would be an assistant who always listens for your call, anticipates your need, and take action when necessary. That luxury is now available thanks to artificial intelligence assistant, aka voice assistant. What is the use of voice assistant? Many devices we use every day utilize voice assistant. They are on our smartphones and inside smart speakers in our homes. Many mobile applications and operating system uses them. Additionally, certain technology in cars as well as in retail, education, healthcare, and telecommunication environments can be operated by voices. This is the major use of voice assistant. And according to a research, 72% users nowadays use a voice assistant. You can take an example of yourself. You can search something on a Google in two ways. Either you can type it or you can use your microphone. You can give command to the Google and Google will respond to you accordingly. This is an example of your voice assistant. And the best part is you can build your own voice assistant as well using Python programming. So here we are going to discuss about the growth of voice assistant. Technology is constantly advancing and changing, and the voice assistant market will progress along with it. In April 2015, the research firm Gartner predicted that by the end of 2023, 60% of interactions with technology would be through conversation, with smart machines, many of them by voice. That means in the year 2023, 60% of the interactions will be done by using voice command. And if I talk about the benefits of voice assistant, why you should learn about this voice assistant, what is the benefit of having these voice assistant? So first of all, voice assistants provides variety of benefits to an organization or to an individual. The very first benefit of using voice assistant is it provides 24/7 customer support. So consumer request for round the clock support, sometimes there are instances when they require assistance at odd hours. And when help is not available, it becomes a very frustrating experience for customers. In order to avoid such situations, voice assistants come in handy. That means using voice assistant, you can provide 24/7 customer support to your consumer. Suppose you are having an organization of providing internet service to a user, and suppose if my internet goes down at odd hours, how you are going to resolve my errors? So very easily you can create some bots. Those bots can receive user input, and based on those input, these bots can behave accordingly. They can provide you 24/7 customer support. Eradicates language barrier. This is the main advantage of using voice assistant. While traveling abroad or even while interacting with content online, most people have to deal with language barriers. So what's the solution? Including personal assistant technology integrated with automatic translation to help ease the language barrier. That means not only you can search on Google by using your local language, even you can search on Google by using an English language. And if you don't know the English language, you can use your own local language in order to search something on a Google. So in a simple term, this voice assistant used to eradicate language barriers. Google is a real-time example of it. 8th, hand-free operation. Voice talking gives consumer hands-free access to many functions because you only need the voice to activate them. So it makes it easier and faster to do certain things. And the fourth benefit of voice assistant is it saves times by automating repetitive tasks. Automating repetitive tasks to a voice activated personal assistant frees up the human time and resources. Suppose you are running a BPO or a call center, okay, and your customer is disturbing you by asking the same doubt again and again and again and again. So what you can do, you can save your time by making a use of voice assistant. Found the specific query of that user and you can respond to that query accordingly with the help of voice assistant. So I am your user, I'm going to explain my issue or my error, and your voice assistant will going to give me a quick and a faster reply. It will going to save you a lot of time if you want to perform some repetitive task. Here I would like to discuss with you some popular voice assistant. Siri by Apple become the first digital virtual assistant to be standard on a smartphone when the iPhone 4S came out on October 4, 2011. Then we have Google Now, which some people know Google Now as Google Assistant. It's an Android based platform. It is also works on Apple iOS but has some limited functionality. Then the smart speaker came along, and Alexa and Hey Google become a part of many household conversation. Alexa is another popular voice assistant. Echo or an Echo is another popular voice assistant. Then Samsung has Bixby, IBM has Watson, and Microsoft has Cortana. So if you are a Windows 10 owner or if you are using Windows 10, then very easily you can search for a specified content using Microsoft Cortana. So Microsoft Cortana will going to listen to your voice and respond you accordingly. Xbox One machines, Windows phones, Nunek has Nina, Facebook used to have M, but its usage in the Facebook Messenger app ended in January 2018. By default, most of the voice assistant have somewhat female sounding voices, although the user can change them to other voices. Many people refer to Siri, Alexa, Cortana as she and not it. So Siri, Google Now, Cortana, Amazon Alexa are real-time example of your voice assistant. So these are the popular voice assistant. And the best part is you can design it on your own. How? I'll show it to you using a practical approach. So enough theoretical guys, now we are going to understand that how you can build your own voice assistant using practical approach. In order to build our own personal voice assistant, we are going to use Python programming. And before we proceed further, we need to set up some configurations. So please listen to these instructions very carefully. If you want to design or if you want to develop your own voice assistant using Python programming, we need some set of softwares. Okay, these are the prerequisite which you should have. The first prerequisite is you need to download Python exe. And how you can download this Python exe? It's very simple. You can visit to this URL https www.python.org/downloads. So this is the link which you can use in order to download Python exe. All you need to do is you just need to click onto this button, download Python 3.10.0. If you are using Macintosh or if you are using Linux and Unix, so you can see that Python is available for almost every platform. All you need to do is you can click on other, and from this page you can download Python for IBM, for AIX and so on. If you are a Macintosh user, then you can click over here. If you are using Linux and Unix, then you can simply click on it. Now downloading this Python exe is a very simple. Okay, so I'm going to share this link with you all. This link you can find in description section, and even this link you can find in description section. So from this link you can download Python exe, and if you want to have a look onto the steps that how I'm going to install Python in my Windows machine, so these are the steps which you can follow. First of all, you need to click onto this button. An exe file will be downloaded for you. The moment when you start installing it, you need to keep 2 points in your mind. Install this Python exe using run as an administrator privileges. Okay, if you are a Windows user, I recommend you to install this Python exe using run as an administrator privileges. Then this wizard will come up. Here you need to select install now. But before you click on to this install now, make sure to select both the options. Okay, install launcher for all user, select this option, and also select this option at Python 3.72 path. So before you start installing it, I recommend you to please select both the option and then click on next. Then if you are going to click on next, it will take up a little bit time and Python exe will be installed in your machine. Now we need to check whether Python is available inside our machine or not. Okay, so once you are done with the installation or you are already having the Python exe in your machine, you can check it using your command prompt. So here you need to open your command prompt. Open your command prompt using run as an administrator privileges. You need to click on yes. And now guys, in order to check whether Python is been installed in your machine or not, you can type in over here Python space --version. So type this command in your command prompt. Okay, open your command prompt using an administrator privileges and then type Python --version. And all you need to do is you need to press enter. So I'm using Python 3.9.6 version. In your case it will be 3.10, or it can be 3.9 point something something. Okay, in my case it is 3.9.6. That means Python is available in my machine. Now the next thing which you need to check is you need to type in over here pip. Okay, you need to press P, you need to enter this pip in your command prompt, and then you need to press enter. The moment when you press enter, it will going to give you some options. Okay, and guys, if you are getting this option, that means pip is also available. Now what this pip is a Python installer package, and using this pip we need to set up some configurations. Okay, we need to install some packages, and in order to install those packages we are going to use pip. So if you want to design your own voice assistant, I recommend you to download the Python exe. Once you are done with the installation, please do check whether you are getting this Python 3.9, means you're getting this version name, and please type pip and press enter. If you're getting the Python version name and if you're getting these options, that means pip is working in your machine, and even Python is going to be is working in your machine. Now sometimes the moment when you type Python, you will be going to have these kind of a message: Python is not recognized as an internal or an external command. Means you are done with the installation of Python program, but sometimes the moment when you type in this command Python space hyphen version, you will be going to have these kinds of an error: Python is not recognized as an internal or an external command. At this point of time, guys, you need to set up some environment variables. Okay, and how you can set those environment variable? Make a use of this link data2fish.com. Here you need to scroll down. Okay, and this is how you can set up your environment variables. First of all, you need to click on property, right click on your this PC, go to the properties section, select advanced system settings, then you need to click on environment variables, and here you need to click on new. That means here you need to add a new path for your Python. Then what you need to do is, here in variable name you need to copy and you need to paste the location of your Python exe. Generally Python installed in this location: C drive, users, app data, local programs, Python. Okay, if you go to this location, in your case your user will be different, rest everything will remain same: app data, local programs, and very easily you will be able to find out this Python. This process you need to follow only when you are getting an error that Python is not recognized as an internal or an external command. But if you are getting the Python version by typing Python space hyphen version, you don't need to set up the environment variable. And due to this reason, guys, why I'm recommending you to select this option, add Python 3 point something to path. Okay, so automatically your environment variable will be set. But if you're installing it, even after selecting this option, and even if you're getting an error, Python is not recognized as an internal or an external command, then you can go to this directory, C drive, users, Yash. Here we need to enable hidden folders. Okay, as of now you can see that it is displaying only those folders which are visible, but here in this location we have some hidden folders as well. In order to view those hidden folders, click on view. You need to click on view and you need to select this option, hidden items. Okay, and app data folder will be there for you. So generally this app data is a hidden folder. In order to view it, go to this view menu and select this option, hidden items. It will going to display you app data. Double click on app data, local programs, and here you can find out the Python. All you need to do is you just need to copy this location. Okay, and using this article very easily you can set up your environment variable. Right click onto your PC, click on advanced system settings, select environment variables, click on new. In variable name you need to copy this location. Okay, you need to copy this location and then you can paste it in variable value. Variable name you need to give it path, PATH. So in variable name you are going to write PATH. In variable value, you are going to paste this address and then you can click on OK. Okay, you can click on OK, then again you can click on OK, and you are done. And you are done. So this is how we need to install and we need to set up Python. Now once you have this Python, we are going to use this as well, idle. In order to write our Python program to build own voice assistant, we are going to use this editor, idle. Idle is an integrated development environment for Python in which you can write your Python programs. And how you can find out this idle? It's very easy. So in order to get this idle, all you need to do is go here, type here to search, and you can type over there idle, IDLE. Okay, and guys, we are going to use this editor or this IDE in order to write our Python program. So if you want to design your own voice assistant using Python programming, please install Python exe. Set the environment variable. You need to set environment variable only when you'll start getting an error that Python is not recognized as an internal or an external command. But if you are going to install Python by selecting that option, add Python to the path, automatically you can open your command prompt and here you can type in Python --version. Definitely it will print the Python version installed in your machine, and then you can type in pip, press enter, and you will be going to have these set of options. So if you are able to get this, that means very easily you can start designing your own voice assistant application. So guys, in order to design your own voice assistant, we need some packages. To build a personal voice assistant, it's necessary to install the following packages in your system using the pip command. The very first package which we are going to install is pyttsx3. pyttsx3 is a text-to-speech conversion library in Python. In a very simple term, if I tell you, this library will going to convert your text into speech. You are going to write some text and this library will going to convert that text into the speech. This package supports text-to-speech engines on Macintosh, Windows and on Linux. And if I show you the official documentation of pyttsx3, so this is how it looks. So the first library which we need to install is this pip install pyttsx3, and this will going to install the latest version of pyttsx3, that is 2.90. So it's a text-to-speech conversion library in Python, and in a very simple term, this library will going to convert your text into speech. So now guys, we are going to start designing our own virtual assistant or our own voice assistant using Python programming. Here, I'm going to create a folder inside my C drive. Okay, I'm going to create a folder inside my C drive. So let me hide this folders. Here, all you need to do is just open your C drive, go to new, and you need to create a new folder. You can give it a name as personal voice assistant. You can give your folder a name as personal voice assistant. Now double click onto this folder, and guys, here we are going to write our Python program. And now guys, here we are going to use our idle, integrated development learning environment. So once you are done installing Python, definitely when you type idle, you will be going to have this suggestion, idle Python 3.9 64-bit. Now click on it. Okay, or you can click on open. And this is how your idle learning environment exactly looks. Now what we need to do is go to the file menu. You need to click on this file menu, and from this file menu you need to select this option, new file. Go to the file menu and please select this option, new file. And guys, here you can write your Python program. So I'm going to increase font size a little bit so that it will be visible to you all. I'll make it a 16. I'll click on apply. Okay, and here guys, we are going to write our Python program. So here guys, we are going to write our Python program in order to design our own voice assistant. Now before that, what we need to do is we need to install this package first, PyTSX3. Okay, and how you can install this package, it's quite simple. You need to open your command prompt. Open your command prompt using run as an administrator privileges. Click on yes, and here you can type in a very simple command pip install pyttsx3. Do not make any spelling mistake, write it very carefully. You need to open your command prompt using run as an administrator privileges, and then you are going to type pip space install space pyttsx3. Everything you need to write in a lowercase, and all you need to do is you just need to press enter and it will start installing this pyttsx3 library for you. In my case, it's already been there, and that is the reason why I'm getting this message requirement already satisfied. But in your case, this library will be installed successfully. Okay, in your case, the moment when you type in, this library will be installed successfully. Now after installing this library, we'll start designing our own voice assistant. So I'm going to close this command prompt, and now I'm going to use my idle editor. So first of all guys, after installing this pyttsx3 library, we'll use it. So in order to use this library, you are going to use import, and here we are going to import this library pyttsx3. Do not make any spelling mistake, write it carefully. Let me increase my size a little bit more. And the very first step is we need to set up some configuration. I've already told you that this library is going to use some speech engines. Okay, this package supports text-to-speech engines on Macintosh, on Windows, and on Linux. So here, let me show you its official documentation first. This library provides you certain engines, and the name of those engines are this: SAPI 5 and SSNE-SPI. If you are using Windows, then I recommend you to use this text-to-speech engine SAPI 5. Now what is SAPI 5? It's a Microsoft Speech API. Okay, it is what? It's a Microsoft Speech API. So SAPI stands for Speech Application Programming Interface. So if I click on it, it's a text-to-speech engine which you can use in Windows machine. So Microsoft Speech Application Programming Interface is the engine which we are going to use for speech recognition and for speech synthesis. And you can use this engine in Windows application. If you are a Linux user, then you can use ESP, and if you are a Macintosh user, then you can use this text-to-speech engine. So what these engines will do? These engines will going to convert your text into the speech. I'm using Windows, so I'm going to use this text-to-speech engine SAPI 5. And how you can use it? It's very simple. All you need to do is here, you need to use this module pyttsx3 dot. We need to use initialize in it, and here you can specify which engine you are going to use. So in our case, we are going to use SAPI 5. And let's save this information in a variable named as engine. I'll save this information in this variable named as engine. Now, for your voice assistant, you can use either a female voice or a male voice. So this SAPI 5 will going to provide you two voices, one for the male and one for the female. So it's totally depends on you. If you want to use a male voice, you can use male voice, and if you want to use female voice, then you can use female voice. So let me show you how many voices this text-to-speech engine will provide to you. In order to get this detail, we can use this engine dot get property method, P you need to write in an uppercase. Please do not make any spelling mistake as Python is a case sensitive. So P you need to write in an uppercase. Get property P you need to write in an uppercase. And here I need to get the details of voices. So here I'm going to pass this as a parameter voices. So what it will do, engine.get property will return you how many voices are available in this text to speech engine. So guys, here I'm going to save this information in this variable, let's say voices. And using for loop, first of all, I would like to show you how many voices are available in this SAPI engine. So here I'm going to make a use of a for loop for voice in voices, print the voice. Now we need to save this file. So click on file menu, click on save as. Okay. After writing this piece of code, we need to test this. So go to the file menu, select this option save as. So guys, here I'm going to save this file in this location. Okay, I'll save this file in my C drive. I have just created one folder, personal voice assistant, and this is going to be the name of my file, voice assistant. Okay, and the extension of this file will be py. Okay, you don't need to change this. The moment when you click on save, this file will be saved with .py extension. So now I'm going to click on save. And now guys, in order to test this, what you need to do is you need to go to this directory, your C drive, personal voice assistant, and now you can see that we have one Python file, and here we need to open our command prompt. And how you can open command prompt in a same location? It's very easy. Go to your address bar, and here you need to type in CMD. Go to your address bar and type over here CMD. Press enter. And you can see a command prompt will be open in the same location. So where we are inside our C drive, personal voice assistant. And now what we need to do is, in order to test this file, we are going to use our Python exe. And what is the name of our file? The name of our file is voice_assistant.py. Please specify the proper name of your file along with the extension. Make a use of a Python exe space voice_assistant.py. So this Python exe will gonna run this py file for you. And all you need to do is you just need to press an enter. And here you can see that this for loop will going to give you voice information. So guys, here you need to focus over there. We have this Microsoft David desktop. It's a male voice, or you can use Microsoft Zira desktop. It's a female voice. So either you can use the male voice. If you want male voice, you can use David desktop, and if you want a female voice, you can use Zira desktop. Here you need to understand one more point. On index number 0, you will be going to have male voice, and at index number 1, you will be going to have a female voice. And how you can use male voice or how you can use female voice, that I'll tell you. So the moment when you are going to execute this py file, you will be going to have these two information. Okay, this for loop will gonna print this information for you. Index number 0, we have male voice. Index number 1, we have female voice. So now guys, I'm going to close this command prompt. I'll remove this for loop. This is just to show you that this SAPI engine will provide you two voices, male and a female. Now, how you can use these voices, I'll show it to you. So guys, those who want to use male voice or those who want to use female voice, this is how you can use it. So here you can use engine dot set property. Again guys, P you need to write in an uppercase, property P you need to write in an uppercase. Engine dot set property. Here you need to set this property voice, and here you need to tell if you want to set a female voice, then this is how you are going to write your code, voices. Remember, we are saving our voice information in this variable voices. So I'll write the same variable name voices, and I'm going to use index number 1. Okay, and here you can use dot id. So now what this voices1.id will do, our voice assistant will now going to have a female voice. So I'm going to write this in comment. So guys, 0 index you can use for male voice, and index number 1 you can use for female voice, for your female voice. Okay, and guys, here you can see that I'm using index number 1. That means I'm going to use female voice for my voice assistant. And now guys, it's time to check how you can make a use of this PyTT-SX3. As of now, we are done setting up some basic configuration. I told you that this PyTT-SX3 will going to convert your text into speech. Okay, and how it will going to convert text into speech? Let's test this. So guys, here I'm going to define a function, and the name of that function will be speak. In this function, we are going to pass some text or some audio. Okay, I'm going to give the name to this parameter as an audio, or you can give text to it. That means you are going to pass a simple text to this function, and this function will going to convert this text into an audio. Okay, so instead of audio, I'll write text. Okay, so this function will going to receive some text and it will going to convert that into an audio. Okay, now guys, here we are going to use engine, and now your female will going to say that text. So whatever text you are going to pass, your female will going to speak that text for you. And now the most important property which you need to understand. So now guys, here in PyTT-SX3 we are going to use a function, and the name of that function is run and wait. This function will make the speech audible in the system. If you don't write this command, then the speech will not be audible to you. If you want a female voice to speak your text, then we have to use this function run and wait. Always remember, this function will make the speech audible in the system. If you don't write this command, then the speech will not be audible to you. How you can use this function? It's quite simple actually. So in your idle editor guys, we need to use this function engine dot run. A you need to write in a capital, and W also you need to write in a capital. Run and wait. So guys, what exactly we are doing here? We are defining a very simple function. This function will going to get a text from you. The moment when this function receive a text, it will speak that text, and run and wait will make that audible for you. Okay, and now guys, we'll check this function. Okay, it's time to check this function. So now I'm going to call this function speak, and here you can write any message for your personal voice assistant. So here, hello sir, I am, any name you can give to your voice assistant. Let's say I'm going to give it a name as Sophia. Hello sir, I'm Sophia, your personal voice assistant. Okay, and then you can write some more message. Please tell me, I'll make a use of a comma. Comma will actually going to give a little bit pause. Please tell me how I can help you. Okay, how I can help you. So now guys, I'm going to call this function, and I'm going to use this as a text. So we are passing this text over there, and now your voice assistant will gonna speak this text for you. Okay, so now I'm going to save it, and we'll test this application. In order to test, same process you need to follow. Open your command prompt in the same location, cmd, and then with the help of Python, you can test your file voice assistant dot. Okay, and now I'll type it again, Python voice assistant.py, and now I'm going to press enter.
Hello sir, I am Sophia, your personal voice assistant. Please tell me how I can help you.
So see guys, this is how your PyTT-SX3 library will gonna work for you. So this Python text to speech module will going to convert your text into a speech. So you can give any name to your voice assistant. The name of my voice assistant is Sophia. Okay, and now this message will be converted into the speech. Hello sir, I am Sophia, your personal voice assistant. Please tell me how I can help you. Okay, or how I can assist you. Any information you can write in over there. How I can help you. So guys, here our PyTT SX3 library is working perfectly fine. Okay, now what I need to do is I need this voice assistant to address me first. That means I'm going to write a Python code, and based on this Python code your voice assistant will going to greet you. If it is morning, then this voice assistant will gonna tell good morning. If it is evening, then this voice assistant will gonna tell you it's in evening. And if you are going to access this voice assistant in afternoon, it will tell you it's in afternoon. How? I'll show it to you. For this we are going to use this module import date time. Okay, we are going to use this module import date time. Okay, and guys, here I'm going to create one more function, and the name of that function will be wish me. Okay, the name of this function will be wish me. Now first of all, in this function I'll get the current time information. Okay, and how you can get the time information? It's very simple. You can use this module datetime. This datetime modules provides you a method datetime.now. Okay, and this datetime.now will going to give you the current time information. Okay, and guys, here I'm interested in only getting the hour detail. Okay, it's 1 hour, it's 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m. So here I'm only getting this hour detail. We'll save this information into a variable. First I'm going to typecast it. So I'm going to typecast this into an integer. Okay, and I'm going to save this information into this variable named as an hour. So guys, again I'm repeating what this datetime.now function will do. It will going to give you the current time. Okay, and we are retrieving only an hour detail from here. If you want to have minute detail, then you can remove this and you can write minute over there. Okay, and now here I'm going to check one condition. If an hour is greater than equal to 0, and if hour is less than 12, then I'm going to call this function speak. Okay, and you know that what this speak function will do? We are going to pass a text into it, and your engine or your voice assistant will gonna speak that. Okay, so if the hour is greater than 0 and less than 12, then this Sophia is going to greet me as good morning. Else if I'm going to put one more condition, if the hour is greater than equivalent to 12 and hour is less than 18, then my Sophia will going to speak good afternoon. Okay, good afternoon. And then here I'm going to use else speak good evening. I'll speak good evening. Okay, so this is how your voice assistant will going to greet you. If the hour is greater than equivalent to 0, less than 12, good morning. Hour is greater than 12, less than 18, good afternoon. And above 18 means above 6 p.m. it will going to greet you good evening. Okay, so now let's see whether this function is working perfectly or not. So before my voice assistant speak this, I'm going to call this function wish me. So what happened? The moment when you execute this file, first of all this function will be executed, and then your assistant will gonna speak this. So now I'll save this and we are going to test it. So again guys, I'm going to use my command prompt, and again I'm going to run python voice assistant.py, and now I'll press enter.
Good afternoon. Hello, sir. I am Sophia, your personal voice assistant. Please tell me how I can help you.
So see guys, it's working. First of all, your personal voice assistant will going to greet you and then it will speak this information for you that hi, I'm Sophia, your personal voice assistant. Please tell me how I can help you. So now guys, let's make this voice assistant more interesting. Now this voice assistant will going to listen to your commands and based on those commands it will behave or it will respond accordingly. For this we need one more package and the name of this package is speech recognition. So speech recognition is an important feature used in house automation and in artificial intelligence devices. The main function of this library is tries to understand whatever the humans speak and convert the speech to text. So we are going to use this package so that our voice assistant can listen to our commands and can behave accordingly. So in order to install this speech recognition, very soon I'll redirect you to its official documentation. One more package guys we need to install along with speech recognition and that is PyAudio. Okay, so this PyAudio actually stands for port audio and PyAudio provides Python bindings for port audio, the cross-platform audio input-output library. So with the help of this PyAudio, very easily you can use Python to play and record audio on a variety of platforms. So two packages we need now, speech recognition and this PyAudio. How you're going to install speech recognition and how you're going to install PyAudio, everything I'll explain it to you. So guys, in order to install speech recognition module, you need to open your command prompt as an administrator privileges. And this time we need to type in this command pip install speech recognition. Okay, so this is what now we need to install. Okay, and it will going to install 3.8.1, the latest version for us. So how you can install this module? Guys, open your command prompt with an administrator privileges. And here you need to type in this command pip, do not make any spelling mistake, pip space install space speech recognition. Okay, and then guys what you need to do is you need to press enter. Please do not make any spelling mistake. Open your command prompt using run as an administrator privileges and type in this command pip space install space speech recognition and you need to press enter. So guys, in my case it's already been installed, but you need to press an enter. Okay, and the moment when you are going to press enter, it will going to install speech recognition module for you. So for our voice assistant we need this module. So after typing this command, please press enter and it will going to install speech recognition module for you. After this speech recognition, one more module we need to download and the name of that module is PyAudio. So basically it's a library for performing speech recognition and it supports for Microsoft, for Windows, for your Linux. So it provides supports for variety of engines. So the best part is it's easy to use, but the only requirement is it requires PyAudio installed in your machine. Okay, we have to install this one more module as well and the name of that module is PyAudio. So how you can install this PyAudio? I'm going to tell you the very simple approach. Again, you need to open your command prompt within administrator privileges and after installing speech recognition, you need to install pipwin, pipwin. Okay, you need to install this, press enter and it will going to install pipwin for you. You will be going to have some errors, some warnings, you can ignore it, but focus, it should print successfully installed pipwin. Okay, if I press enter, in my case it's already been there, so I'm going to have this message requirement already satisfied. Now after installing this pipwin, now guys you need to type in pip install PyAudio. audio. Okay, after installing pipwin, pip space install pipwin, now you need to install this PyAudio. Pip space install space PyAudio, and you need to press enter, and it will going to install PyAudio library for you. So why we are installing it? Because now I want my voice assistant to listen to my voice and behave accordingly. Okay, and for this we need these two packages, PyAudio and speech recognition. I hope the steps are clear. Again, I am repeating the steps. So guys, first of all, we need to install speech recognition. Open your command prompt, run your command prompt using an administrator privileges, install speech recognition. After installing this, you need to install PyAudio. And how you can install PyAudio? It's very simple. You need to type in these two commands: pip install pipwin, press enter, and then pip install PyAudio. So these are the steps you need to follow. Okay, and once you are done with the installation of speech recognition and PyAudio, let me show you how we can use it. Okay, let me show you how we can use it. So you can pause this video and you can do the installation. First install this, then this, and then this. So you can pause this video here and proceed with the installation. Now after successful installation of all the packages, we'll use it. So here guys, again I'm going to use my idle, and here first of all we need to import the package. We are going to import this package speech underscore recognition. Do not make any spelling mistake guys, you need to use underscore. Import speech underscore recognition, and I'm going to import this speech recognition as SR. Okay, so we are providing a reference variable to it. So this SR is going to be a reference variable, and now this SR variable can access all the methods and properties of this module speech recognition. So import this package first, import speech underscore recognition as SR. Okay, and now guys, here we are going to create one more function. Okay, here we are going to create one more function, and the name of that function will be take command. So this is going to be the name of my function, take command. So now guys, first what this function will gonna do? First of all, this function will going to take an input from the user, and it will going to return you a string output. That means first of all, this function, it takes input from the user, and where it will going to take the input from the microphone. So I'll write this one. It take microphone input from the user and returns the string, output. So how it going to take a user input from the microphone? For this we need to use this class named as recognizer. Okay, we need to use this class named as recognizer. So from this package SR, remember we have given a nickname to this speech recognition SR. So from this package SR, we are going to use this class recognizer. Okay, we are going to use this class recognizer, and here I'm going to create an object for this class named as R. Okay, let's say for record, or any nickname you can give to it. I'm going to give the name as R. Okay, now from where this method will going to receive the user input from the microphone. Okay, we are going to use our laptop microphone. So how it will going to use your microphone? So it's very simple. With sr dot microphone as our source, that means we are going to use microphone as our source. So where this function will going to receive input from the user from the microphone. So here we are using our microphone as the source. So with sr.microphone as source, first of all, it will going to print that I'm listening. Okay, Okay, this message will be printed out that now your Sophia is in a listening mood and it is listening, and then we need to wait for 1 second. So here we can put some threshold r dot pose underscore threshold is equal to 1. So it will wait for 1 second. 1 second means it will listen to your voice for 1 second, and now finally it will listen to that command. So whatever you are going to speak, we are going to wait for 1 second, and now it will listen to that command. So r dot listen, and from where it's going to listen? It's going to listen from the source. And guys, here you can see that our source is what? Our source is microphone. So please listen to this concept and please try to understand this concept very carefully. This function will going to receive a user input from the microphone. It will listen to that input, and we are going to save that information in this variable named as user audio. Okay, so I'll save this information in a user audio. So whatever guys you are going to speak, we are going to save this inside our user audio. And now guys, after this we are going to make a use of a try and exception, because if sometimes your laptop or your voice assistant fails to listen, a complete exception information will be printed to you. Okay, and using that errors or using that information you can resolve those errors very easily. So we are going to keep this code inside try and exception. So here what exactly I am going to do, whatever your user is going to speak, okay, whatever your user is going to speak, I'm going to print that. Suppose you are going to say, hey Sophia, what's the weather outside? So I'm going to save this information into this variable user audio, and I will print this user audio for testing purposes, so that you can check whatever you are speaking, your Sophia is listening the same. So whatever you are going to speak will print it out. Okay, and for this, first of all, I'm going to use print function, and here I'm going to write recognizing user input. Okay, or you can write printing user input. Any information or any message you can type in over there. I'm writing like this, recognizing user input. And now guys, in order to recognize user voice, okay, you can use several parameters. Okay, you can use several instances. And what do you mean by those instances? If I redirect you to its official documentation, speech recognition, here you can search recognition, or here you can write recognize underscore, okay, and here I'm going to write Google. So guys, you can see, in order to recognize your user voice, you can use these instances. You can use Google, you can use Bing, you can use Houndify, and you can use IBM. So speech recognition will provide you different instances, and for this demonstration guys, I'm going to use Google. So that means here your speech recognition will going to use Google API in order to detect user voice. Okay, and Google is the best API. Okay, Google provides you best translation API. So we will be using this Google API. So how you are going to use this Google API? It's very simple. All you need to do is here, make a use of this R. Okay, remember R is what? R is the object of recognizer class. So with the help of this R, we are going to use this method recognize underscore Google. Okay, and here we need to pass in our audio. So whatever you are going to speak, okay, Google will going to recognize it audio. Okay, or let's say this variable we need to write a user underscore audio, and which language as of now we are using. So guys, as of now I'm using English. So I'm going to use this parameter language is equal to en hyphen ein. Okay, so I'm going to use English India. So user underscore audio will be language is equal to en hyphen in. So guys, this language en-in is nothing, it's a language code. Okay, I would like to show you this table, language code table, and you can see these are the language code. Okay, English means en means we are going to use English Indian. If you want to use any other language, you can have a look onto this code. Suppose let's take an example of Malay. So here if I write Malay, so you can use this code ms-bn or ms-my. So these are nothing, these are your language code. So your Google will going to recognize your voice, and the language which I am using is English Indian. Okay, so now what we need to do is let's save this information into this variable named as query. So here Google will going to recognize your user audio, and we are saving this information in this variable named as query. Okay, and now guys, here we'll print this query so that we can test whatever we are speaking, our Sophia is listening the same. So we'll print this query. Okay, and if you want to have an explanation of this, so explanation is very simple guys. Here we are using Google for voice recognition, so you can write this in comment. Here we are using Google for voice recognition, because guys, every human being has some different pace. Okay, my voice is little louder, or might be possible that some other person voice will be a little bit slower. So this Google will going to take care of everything. So here we are using Google for voice recognition. Okay, and here we'll print that query. Okay, so either you can print query like this, or even you can print it in a very nice format. So I'll make a use of a string formatting over there. Okay, and here I can write user set. Okay, and guys, here I'm going to print that message query. So whatever your user is going to speak, it will going to print it over there. Okay, so user said this, and it will be printed out. So whatever you are going to speak, here it will be displayed to you. Okay, so now guys, as of now you can see that we are writing this piece of code inside try and exception. So if any exception occur, okay, sometimes your microphone is not working properly, so the exact exception information will be given to you. So here in Python programming, I'm going to use exception as E. Okay, and you can print out that exception. Okay, in which scenario your exception will work? If your microphone is not working, if your Sophia is not able to recognize your voice, so the exact information will be printed to you. Okay, but I recommend you to use this. Okay, use only if you want to print error. If you want to check that why my Sophia is not able to listen to me, so you can print this E. As of now, I'm going to keep this in a comment. Okay, because here you are going to use only if you want to print the error. If any exception occur, so I'm going to use this print function, and here I can write this message, please say that again. Okay, or you can write any message, say that again please. Okay, so this message will be printed out, say that again please, and this function will going to return you none. Okay, it won't going to return you anything, it will return none for you. That means it will going to return an empty string. Okay, so I'll keep that in double quotes. That means if any exception occur, it will going to return you this string. Okay, else if it is working perfectly fine, then guys, this function will going to return you query. That means your user input. Remember, we are using Google to recognize our voice. Okay, and we are saving that information in this variable named as query. So that means whatever you are going to speak, we are going to save inside this variable. So guys, this function will going to take a command from you. Okay, it will print recognizing user input, and it will going to print what you are saying, and in return this function will going to return you a query. Okay, so let's see how we are going to how we can use this function, so it's time to call this function. Okay, in order to test this function, here I'm going to call this function take command. Okay, I'll save it, Control S, and now it's time to test. So what this command will do, first of all, understand it sequence by sequence. It will going to tell you good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Then it will speak this message for you, and now this function will going to take your command. Okay, so it will going to print listening. After listening, guys, you need to speak something. Okay, and that speak we are going to save inside this variable query, and finally that query will be printed out and it's going to return that query. Okay, and here we are returning a string object. So we'll see how this stuff exactly works. So please save this, and now it's time to test this application. Okay, so testing will remain same. Again, you need to open your command prompt. Here type in Python, type the name of your file voiceassistant.py and press enter. So now guys, I'll press enter.
Good afternoon. Hello sir, I am Sophia, your personal voice assistant. Please tell me how I can help you.
Hey Sophia, how are you today? So guys, you can see that this is my input. Okay, I have given this input to my Sophia. Hey Sophia, how are you today? But wait, here is one problem, that your Sophia will keep listening to you. See, it's keep listening, it's keep listening, and it's keep listening. So that means we need to set up some more configurations. Okay, we need to write one more line of code. Guys, sometimes what happen is your audio is obviously not recorded properly. Okay, and it leads to recognition failure. That means your Sophia or your voice assistant will keep listening and keep listening. That means your recording, okay, that means your user audio is not working properly, and it will leads to recognition failure. How you can overcome this error? So it's very easy. I'm going to close this command prompt for a while. Okay, and we need to set up we need to write one more line of code so that we can avoid this error. So sometimes our voice assistant failed to listen what you are speaking, and it will keep listening and it will keep listening. So what you can do is, here you can write one more line of code. Okay, and where you need to write this line of code inside your take command function. Okay, and guys, here you are going to write your code right after this as source. Here we need to adjust this r.adjust underscore for underscore ambient underscore noise. Okay, and here you need to pass in your source. Okay, so this piece of command, guys, you need to write r.adjust underscore for underscore ambient, please don't make any spelling mistake, underscore noise. So now guys, what this line of command will do, this line of code will take care of that keep listening state. Sometimes we are using two microphones. Suppose you're watching my session by using a headphone, so might be possible it's going to take that as a microphone, and your laptop is also having that microphone. So there can be a multiple reason behind this. So this line of code will going to take care of that listening state. Okay, so now I'm going to save this. So where you need to write this line of code, guys, again I'm repeating, this line of code you need to write right after your sr.microphone as source. Now we'll go to the file, we'll click on save, and now I'm going to test this application again. So cmd, I'll make a use of my Python voice assistant .py, and now I'm going to press enter.
Good afternoon. Hello sir, I am Sophia, your personal voice assistant. Please tell me how I can help you.
Hi Sophia, how are you today? And see. So guys, now you can see that your voice assistant is able to listen what you are speaking. Okay, so this is going to be a command for your voice assistant, and now our voice assistant will going to behave accordingly. or it will going to respond us accordingly. So that means our speech recognition library is working perfectly fine, our Pi audio is working perfectly fine, and yes, our voice assistant is able to listen to our command. Okay, I said, hi Sophia, how are you today? And your Sophia is recognizing that text, and not only it's recognizing, it's printing the same. So now guys, that's it for part 1 today. In our next session, we are going to make this voice assistant more interesting. Now as you can see that this voice assistant can listen to your voice. So now we are going to provide some commands to this voice assistant and it will behave accordingly. That means in the next session we'll use this voice assistant like this: hey Sophia, tell me what's the weather outside. And so your Sophia or your voice assistant will gonna tell you, hey, this is the weather outside. We'll tell this Sophia to send mail and it will going to send mail for us. We'll tell this Sophia to open a browser for us and definitely it will going to open browser for us. And not only this guys, the voice assistant which you are going to design is also going to play a music for you. So that we are going to discuss in our next session. So thank you so much for today. For more information guys, you can visit our website nexpertsacademy.com. You can contact us on this number, or even you can have a chat with us using our own chatbot. Okay, so you can send us your query and definitely we will help you out. If you want any further information, please contact on this number.